As we mentioned, the update in the South Monroe shooting marks the city's 31st homicide of the year. It's a worrisome trend that has some neighbors wondering what comes next.
Katrin Asaf joining us now live downtown with more on what the data shows and what people who live there have to say about the violence, Katrin, that just seems to be hanging around.
Exactly, Bob. Laura, city leaders have said that tackling these violent crimes and the rise of crimes across this city is their main focus. But when comparing data from this year to years prior, the numbers speak for themselves.
For Nick Upton and faithful pup Malcolm, this is a sanctuary.
It's just a good place to come. It's usually pretty safe out here.
A place he can enjoy without constantly looking over his shoulder. But that's not the case for all of the city.
I hear gunshots by my house all the time.
A sound those in Little Rock hear daily, with crime scenes popping up across town at an alarming rate.
I see a lot more murders and homicides and robberies, on the news. I hear about it all the time.
As of May 4th, the city has seen 31 homicides, an alarming number on its own, but even more so compared to years past. In 2021, by May 1st, the city had seen 21 murders. The year prior, only 15. And that's not counting just shootings.
It's just bad.
Compiled data shows 65 battery in the first degree calls from January to May of this year. Most of those gunshot victims. Added with the 75 terroristic act calls shows 140 possible shootings, just a few more than the 137 we saw last year at this point. With a year-to-date increase in gun crimes, people like Nick are getting worried.
I hope that it gets fixed in any way possible,
And keeping an eye out for more places like this, where they can avoid the violence just a little bit longer.
Now, last year in 2021, we did see a total of 65 homicides for the entire year. Right now, at this point, in just a few months into 2022, we're almost halfway to that point now. Now, city leaders have said, including the mayor, that this is their top priority to try and get this violence tackled. And according to the Little Rock Police Department, besides the 2 homicides today, 84% of those that they investigate lead to an arrest. Reporting in downtown Little Rock, Katrin Asaf, back to you.